Welcome to Omega Solution YouTube channel. Today I am your host Hamim Mahmoud Hemi. I will show you how to use CRM OS software in this tutorial video. So without any further ado, let's get started. So after installing CRM OS, you will be prompted with this kind of landing page. So to log in as an admin, you have to just press here, then you can press here and then press login to enter CRM OS. So this is our dashboard, and in this dashboard you can see leads, contact, company, opportunity values, and many more things. So before we dive into this, let's go to our leads and just create a new lead here. Let me just create one test lead, and let's just give it an email. Okay, you can add the number here and lead value. A second. And add a lead value of 1000. You can select the status of your lead as new, contacted, qualified, lost, cancelled, working, and customer. So I'll be putting it as a new lead. Then you can choose the lead source, which in this case we haven't created yet. So let me just create a new lead. In this case, I'm going to give it Instagram and create, and a new lead source is created, and I have selected it, and now if I press create, a new lead will be created. As you can see, the lead is showing up here, and if we want to check it further, we can just press here and press view. Here we can see the details. So if you wanna edit something about this lead, you can just press this three dot icon and then press edit, and you will get the functionalities to edit this lead. So in this case, I'm not going to edit it, just leave it here. And now we'll try to create a new contact by just simply going to contact, then pressing the add contact button. Now I can create a new contact. So let's just give it a name. Test contact 1. Okay, and we can choose the birth date of this contact. Let's just give it something, and we can choose the company for this contact. So in this case, we haven't created a company, so I'm going to create a new company. Let's just give it test company. And if you want to add these details, you can easily do it, but in this case I'm just going to leave it blank. So to create a new company, there is a mandatory field which says company name. It has to be filled or it won't take the entry of a new company. So let's press next and press submit, and the company was created. So let me just select it by going here, and the company was selected. And now I can add any job titles, maybe like give it a manager, and we can choose the phone number of the manager, and the department should be like business, and we can choose the industry. So let me just give it ID, create, and the industry was created ID. So now we can choose the contact source, and the contact source was by call, or maybe we can say by ad. And the contact source was created, and now we can choose the contact stage. So in this case there is no contact stage created, so we are going to create a new contact stage, which will be contacted. Create. Okay, let's just select it and press next, and you can fill all these things, but I'm just going to enter this one, and you can add additional details here, which I'm going to leave as empty for right now. And now if I press submit, the contact will be created. As you can see, it was created here, and I can edit it through here if I want, or I can delete it by pressing here. So let's just see the list. So we can see the contact list was updated and our new contact is in the list. So next up, we can create a company by simply going to company, and we have created a company on the contact page, which is showing up here. So now let's create another one. We'll name it test company 1, and the company owner will be admin, and let's just give it another sector. I'll give it clothing and press create and select it. Company type, let's create a new one for this meeting. Create. Okay, the company type was created, and let's just say it has 150 workers inside, and let's just say the annual revenue is 2 million. And now we can select phone number, which in this case I'm giving it as a random phone number, and let's just give it another test Gmail. And test company.com. linkedin.com /in/test company. Same goes for the Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So let's just leave that for this moment and press next, and we can add any kind of information. So the billing country will be USA, billing state will be LA, my bad, the CA, and the zip code for this will be 4, and billing address will be LA. Okay, copy billing information and then press submit. So another new company was created. So let me just check it by going through the list, and as you can see, the new company was created. So now that we have created leads, contact, and company, we can create our product. So to create a product, we can just simply press this create product button, and it will give it and it will give us create product section where we can name the product. I'm going to give it like shirt, and the rate would be 19. Unit would be kg, and the category would be sweatshirt. Just give it pieces, and you can give it any description as you like. In this case, I'm just giving it a test description tag. So let's just create our product, and the product was created. As you can see, it's showing up here. So we have missed a thing, which is the unit value. The unit value has to be numerical, and I'm going to give it a value of 1. As you can see, the product was updated, and now if we go to sales and go to quote and create a quote, it will give us the quote details. So let me just give it a test quote. Test quote, quote date 9, company, let's give it test company 1, contact, test company, contact 1, expiry date should be 18, opportunity, we haven't created any opportunity, I'll create it later, and you can give it any terms and conditions according to your company. So in this case, I am just giving it a test condition, and you can give it any kind of description according to your company. Let's add a product. In this case, I'm going to press shirt 1. Price would be $29, and create quote. As you can see, the code was created, and we can view it from here. As you can see, the code details was created. Now if I want, I can convert it, and if I want, I can send it to anyone I want by mail. So in this case, I'm not going to send it. Let's just go back to code. So now that you have seen how to create a quote, let's just create a sales by going to sales, then invoice, and then pressing create invoice button. Here you can see I can select the product which I just created earlier, which is a shirt, and now let me give it a value of 10. The price was 19, and let's just leave the text to 0, and let's select our test contact 1 and the company to test company 1. And you can add a salesperson here, as in this case I am going to give it admin, and if it's going to be shipping outside, you can give it a shipping address too, and you can add additional notes and terms and condition as well. And if your payment is due, you can include the due date here. In this case, I'm not going to give it a due date. I'm going to pay it right on the moment as a cash, and simply pressing create sale button will create a sell invoice. So let's just see the invoice. As you can see, the invoice was created. So now that we have sold a product, let's just go to opportunity, and we can create an opportunity here by simply pressing add opportunity, and let's just name it. In this case, I'm going to give it a test opportunity, and the opportunity owner should be admin. In this case, it's going to be admin because we are logged in as an admin. You can give it anything you want according to your account you are using. So I'm going to give it an amount of $1,000, and the next step should be text step opportunity, and I can select the date when this opportunity was created. So in this case, I'm going to give it today's date, which is 15, and the opportunity close date should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 days later. By pressing next, we can fill up more additional details. So let's just fill this as fast as we can. And the competitors, and we can give it a competitor. So in this case, I'm going to give it a test competitor. My bad. Okay, the opportunity type, we can create opportunity type. In this case, is going to be urgent. Okay, the opportunity type was created, and the opportunity source we can create from here, and I'm going to give it a add again, and just press it, add, and the opportunity stage should be processing. In your case, you can add anything you like. So in this case, I'm going to give it the value of processing, and description of test description. Let's just submit it, and it will create an opportunity list for us. As you can see, the opportunity was created, and now we can go to task, and simply going to task, we can create a task from here by pressing task button, and let's give it a value of test task. Assignee, we can select assignee from here. In this case, I'm going to give it to manager and select a company. In this case, I'm going to create another company, which would be mine. In this case, just create it, and let's close it and select my company. So let's just select test contact for now, and we can select opportunities code, and we can also select the task type, which in this case I'm going to give it additional task. And we can select the task priority. In this case, I'm going to give it a normal. And the task status, we can create like processing, or we can say pending, and press create, and let's just give it a pending, and we can select the due date. In this case, I'm going to give it 20, and description should be test task complete it ASAP, whatever you want. Let's just press, and let's just press create button, and it will create a task. As you can see, this task is created. And now in the project section, we can create a project by simply pressing create project button. So let's just create a project by pressing create project button. Let's give it a project name. In this case, I'm going to give it a name of test project, and the project manager, I'm assigning it to Mr. Admin, and the contact is the same. The project status is not started or in progress, whichever you like. From here I'm going to give it in progress, and the priority you can select it. I'm going to give it a high priority, and the project value in this time I'm going to give it 20,000, and let's select the date, and I'm going to give it a May 21 deadline. The project description says test description. Okay, let's create a project. Project was added, and the most interesting thing is that you can go to project and press the Kanban board, and you can add any to-do list. Let's just add a test task. You can select your team. In this case I'm going to say test team, and let's just add manager, salesman, and create our team. So the team was created, and let's just assign it to our manager. Okay, and press add now. So as you can see, the Kanban board shows the current status of our task of the project. We can drag and drop it to in progress, and you can see the project status was updated successfully, and we can again give it a change of done, and the project status should be changed. And you can edit the task details by simply going here and then saving. So in this case I'm leaving it there, and there are more functionalities. You can add milestone, then you can add task status. So in the status menu you can track the status of your current tasks, and in this case the project status says in progress. I can change it by going here, then pressing here, and I can give it a finished, then press update now will update the project status. You can manage a lot of projects here in the project section. And next stop is team. So by going into teams you can create a new team. So in this case I'm going to give it a test project, and team name should be team 2 because we have created team 1 first. So in this case I'm going to select delivery and salesman and press create team button, and it will create a new team. I can view the details by going here. As you can see, the team consists 2 members, which is Mr. Deliveryman and Mr. Salesman. So that was the project section, and next up is our accounts. So in this account section you can see what is going on here. So your accounts will be shown here. If you want any kind of details, you can just simply go to 3-dot icon, then press view, and it will show you all the details here. And you can update this account by going here and change these things. In this case I'm leaving it. And as you can see, we have sold a product which is showing us here, and we have sold it through cash, so it's showing us in the cash account. And if you choose anything else, it will show that there. So let's go to our next stage, which is transaction. And you can see we have created a transaction earlier, and it's showing us that we can create new transaction also by going to create transaction button. Select the debit account type and selecting the credit account type and pressing the amount of, let's say, 10, and let's press pay now, and it will make the transaction for us. So that was our account section. After that is a report, and in the report you can see the trial balance, and so you can see the trial balance mainly. So if you want to print it, you can go by, and it will make a report of your trial balance in a PDF file which you can print or download. So let's just close it. And then there is balance sheet. It's the same as the trial balance, and the income statement. You can filter it through date. In this case I am leaving it there. And now there is media. So in the media section, if you want to upload any photos, you can just simply press here, then select your picture and then press upload, and it will upload your image here. Let's go to our next section, which is others. In the other section, you can go to note and create a note, which is pretty simple. Let's just say test note company. Let's just give it a company for now, and let's select test on an opportunity to test opportunity and go to test mode. And the description, this one. In your case, you can give it anything you want, and you can create new things by going here. So let's just create, and a note was created, and in the attachment you can add attachment through here. In this case I don't have any attachment, so let's just select that picture we uploaded earlier and press insert, and then we can choose the attachment owner, which in this case I'm going to give it to admin, and I can select the company to mine and contact opportunities, and then quote, and press create button, and it will create the attachment for me. Also in the email section, I can create an email through here and send it to whomever I want by entering this field. And then there is a ticket section. So this is the admin panel of the ticket section. So basically when the customer creates a ticket, it will show us here in the ticket list. We can also create a support ticket manually from our admin panel. So let's just create it, and you can give it your customer email address. So basically this functionality comes in need when your customer doesn't know how to create a ticket, so you have to help them out. And you can choose the categories of the ticket and the priority, which in this case I'm going to give it to normal. And you can fill up the subject like bug found, and give it a test description of whatever you want, and you can add any attachment you like. In this case I just attached a picture, and then after pressing the create ticket button, a ticket will be created which I can reply to, and I can change its status to pending to solved or something else. So let's just go back to our ticket section, and you can see the ticket was created. And then there is the last option, which is setting. In the settings section, on the first place we can see the company settings, and we can go to company settings and change its value according to our company details. And you can change the logo from here if you want. So let me just give it a test and press insert and press update details, and as you can see the logo was updated. So then we got the app settings. So in the app settings you can create quick links, and it will pop up in the dashboard, and you can configure your email according to your server email configuration settings. So in this case I'm just leaving it blank. And then there is employee manage section where you can create stuffs. So to create a stuff, you have to fill this form, and there is 3 mandatory fields which you can see is username, password, and the role you want to give your stuff to. So let's just make a test stuff. Password should be test 1 2 3, and let's just give him a role of manager and press add new stuff. So the stuff was created. So in the roles and permissions section, you can change its role and permission from here. So as you can see, a super admin has all the access here, and in the salesman section, you can see he only has 1 checked in. So that was roles and permissions. And then there is a department section where we can create a new department. In this case I am going to give it a test department, and the department was created. Same to that, we can create a shift, and we can create a test shift just like we created a test department, and we can select when it's going to start from. In this case I am going to give it an 8, value of 8. Okay, 8. Okay, and let's just give this to 5 o'clock. Okay, and press create shift to make a new shift. And then there is designation where you can create a new designation. In this case I'm going to give it test designation. Press create, and it will create a designation. We can create employment status through here by simply pressing create employee status, and you can select the necessary information here. In this case I am just going to leave it blank, but feel free to test this out on your own, do experiments with this. And now let's go to our announcement section. Here I can create an announcement like meeting at 9. Description, you can add description according to your needs. And the announcement was created. And we can also create award for our employees, like let's give it a test award. So the test award was created. And now in the contact setup, you can see there is a contact source and contact stage, which you can create from here if you like. So I have shown you how to create a contact source and contact stage, so I am just leaving it. Now here is company setup. You can also create company type and the industry from here. So let me just leave it. And the opportunity setup is also same. You can create opportunity type, opportunity stage, and opportunity source from here as well. Also the task status, and in the task setup menu you can also create the task status from here and the task type from here. And in the ticket setup you can do the same as well. You can choose the ticket category, you can create the ticket category from here. So let's just create a ticket category. In this case I'm going to IT support. Okay, let's create a category. So the ticket category was created, and in the lead setup menu you can see the lead source, which you can create from here as well. And in the product setup you can create product category from here as well. Same goes for the code stage setup. You can create code stage. In this case I'm going to give it a pending stage, and the stage will be created. And in the priority section there is some value. You can see high, highest, low, lowest, normal. I can give it a like test priority and select the color to green. Okay, then press create to create a new priority section. So basically that was it for the CRM OS. And in the dashboard you can see there is some updates going on here. Our leads value changed, our contact value changed, our company value changed. And there is another thing I want to show you, which is by going to leads, then create leads. And if you have a lot of previous leads information,